Welcome, Greg and Sue. I'm so glad to be talking with you about the ministry that you do through LUCHA and through CBF missions. And I want to take an opportunity to ask you a few questions so that River Road Church can hear the things that you are doing in ministry right now. We're sorry that you couldn't be with us in person this spring, but we look forward to doing that sometime in the future. And so let me get you to give us an update, how things are going for you all right now.
Well, thank you. It is good to be with River Road online and through this Zoom connection. We also miss being there, but we're grateful for the opportunity to be able to talk to the church and tell a little bit about what's going on with us right now. The challenges that we have in the Latino community and with ministry, some of them are the same challenges that we have had in terms of just simply continuing to meet needs, continuing to keep up with clients, trying to understand how we can reach out and serve them. We have done a lot of direct ministry needs, more so in the last month to 6 weeks than we had been doing, even though that had been a continuous part of all of our ministry throughout. Nevertheless, we've ramped that up a little bit. For me, with Immigration Legal Services, for about a month, our office was closed to in-person appointments and events, and it was closed really to everything. And so for the clients that we had during that time, we had to postpone them until after we opened back up, which we thought would be third week of April. But as it turns out, our office is still closed to in-person appointments and events and things of that nature. So we have gone to a virtual online appointment process of talking with our clients. And so that is new for us, learning the Zoom technology, trying to have meaningful conversations to learn about cases and understand how to help them move through the process of whatever they're applying for. That is new for us. It's had its advantages in some ways, but it also has had its challenges. So, but that has been good. And we've been able to at least continue to serve our clients in that way. But that is a big new for us. It's been a big learning curve for me and I think our team.
I think some of the hardest things that we've had to deal with is that limited or lack of face-to-face contact. Or how do you do that face-to-face contact, which is so essential for meeting human needs? And how do you do that in this reality right now and keep our volunteers and us safe, to practice good social distancing and to model that for our clients?
When I began reaching out to our clients, after the 4-week closing of the office, and I was able to get back in the office to begin reaching out to them to look at whether we needed to postpone their appointment again, or if they could do a virtual online conversation through Zoom. Many of them could, and their technology was fine, but several of them just simply said we either don't have internet in the house, Wi-Fi in the house, or we don't have any access to where we can actually be on a secure line where we can have a confidential conversation. And we made sure to let them know that we really couldn't have this conversation unless both of those criteria were met, that they could get a secure Wi-Fi access and that they could have a conversation without others listening in. So several of the clients had to say, I'm sorry, we just can't do that. And I hated to hear that. I understood that, but I hated to hear that because it just simply meant we're not going to be able to continue their case until we can meet again in person, which for us, we're continuing to close our office through mid-June, through June 10th, actually. So we are, so those clients are just going to need to be pushed back until then. They're not urgent. It's not anything that we had to do something immediately for their process to continue. They are able to wait. I think the clients that could not do it were either asylees or refugees, so they should be in good condition as they are, just waiting to file for their green card. But nevertheless, I hated to have to continue to say, I'm sorry, we can't really serve you right now unless you can, have the secure connection for us to have the conversation. one of the issues that our clients, several of our clients have faced, which isn't a huge issue, but it does create concern and worry, is that since March 18th and now through June 4th, many of the USCIS offices have been closed, which means that several of our clients who had appointments of one nature or another, whether they are appointments for taking fingerprints or appointments for interviews or even naturalization ceremony events, things of that nature, have between March 18th and June 4th, if their original date for their appointment or even a rescheduled date for their appointment fell within that time frame, it is now being postponed until after June 4th, when it can be rescheduled again when offices open back up. I say it's not a huge issue because USCIS has said that they will reschedule all of these appointments. But you can imagine the anxiety and the stress that immigrants feel as they're going through the process. Many of them have been in their processes for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, a year, sometimes even more. They get to the point where something is about to happen, if it's a USCIS interview, or if they've been through the process just for a few months and they're about to have their fingerprints taken. But nevertheless, this is a step along the line, knowing that, oh, now they're going to have to be rescheduled till after June. First of all, the question has come up to us, are they really going to reschedule us? Is everything okay? Is my process still fine? So the worry there, and then knowing that 6 month, 8 month, 10 month, year long process is now probably extended another 6 weeks or 2 months before there's a resolution. It creates anxiety and worry in the community that's already worried enough by a number of other issues, with loss of jobs, because so many immigrants work in hourly positions that are some of the first to be cut sometimes. So the lack of employment, the worry sometimes, the lack of food in the house and the money to buy what they need to buy and pay what they need to pay, all of that adds up. And it is a stressful time for everyone in the country, but also for our immigrant friends and neighbors. Mm-hmm. To connect to us locally with the Immigration Legal Services Program. While we are in this time of coronavirus, and I honestly don't know when this might end, but we have essentially told our clients and made the decision that all of the fees that we charge clients, which are extremely reduced as they are, but nevertheless, the fees we charge clients have been suspended. So we're taking all cases now pro bono. So in terms of us to be able to do that, we have also reached out to some of our donors, just to simply say we're doing pro bono services, if possible, to help us in terms of being able to do that. We would appreciate it. But that's another way to connect to our local ministry, to help us provide the pro bono services that we want to provide for our clients right now. So a lot of our clients are without jobs. Some of them may not be, but we're not asking whether they can or can't afford it. We're just simply extending our services, our pro bono services, to everyone.